Who's going to snitch on Diddy next? And now, here's the thing. We're asking this for two reasons. You see, since that arrest has happened, there have been a whole lot of quiet celebrities. This is the quietest I've ever heard in Hollywood. Like, honestly, I ain't never seen this Hollywood this quiet. I kind of enjoying it. I mean, it might be for bad reasons, but I'm kind of enjoying not seeing their face for a minute. But here's the question. With all that's going down, the fact that he went down and they saying they got hidden tapes of this person and they got this one on film and they got this one on talk. Everybody seems to be either erasing Twitter, erasing X, getting rid of Instagram. They all go, shh. Here's the question. Are they doing that because they're scared? Or are they doing that because they're about to snitch? Now, there is one person in particular we're going to be talking about, but the premise is under that, okay, of who's really talking for a reason and who's not talking for a reason. Some months ago, we talked about an individual, lrae. Remember, he said he's not a Christian singer, and he's a singer, but he's a Christian. You get that? Okay. Well, recently, he came up with, I think it might have been either a day after the original podcast or probably even later on in the same podcast. Regardless, he contradicts himself pretty crazily. Initially, he said he ain't never seen nothing at these parties that had to do with anything going up. Then he said, well, he never got asked about it.
I've been to a couple Diddy parties. I, in my personal experience, never saw anything where someone was like, you can't move any further unless you do X, Y, or Z. But what I did see was, if you do X, Y, or Z, we'll keep coming.
But then in this video, he say, oh, well, people approach me and say, hey, if you don't want to be a part of, by 1 o'clock, kind of like the Cinderella story, glass slipper. Hey, by 1 o'clock, you better be gone.
There was an artist there who said, hey, lrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here.
And he said, he said his emotion was kicking in. His whole pride was kicking. He wasn't going to leave. I ain't no normal Christian. I'm from the streets kind of thing. So he went downstairs to record, came back up at 12:30, 12:35. And lo and behold, he saw things kicking off.
On the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy. As I started moving up stairs, I passed them up and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it.
Now, mind you, he didn't leave. Okay, we're going to get to that real quick here. But remember, he didn't leave. He got upstairs, witnessed something, turned away. Then somebody else came and said, hey, man, I care about your soul. You seem pretty pure. I don't want you to be here. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh, thank you, man. So you didn't care about yourself enough to leave? So here's the thing. Saying you didn't see something is a great way to say nothing happened. But of course, at that time, ain't nobody saying nothing. Now people are saying something. And, oh, well, I saw something. The reason we're asking about who snitched is people like lrae and the ones that are bigger than him in the industry are brought to start dropping some bombs, we believe. It may not be public, but you're going to hear about some other names dropping in the lawsuit and in the one they used to arrest Diddy. They have something called known and unknown perpetrators. There are tons of them that we ain't going to know about. They probably know about them, but we're not going to hear about them. You ain't heard from a certain few. TD Jakes, you ain't heard from either. Oddly quiet. Pink deleted a whole lot of her social medias too. Usher deleted a whole bunch of his stuff too. They all seem to be either getting rid of stuff that seems inconsequential, but maybe it's because they were asked to. Perhaps as part of the deal they may or may not have made with the FBI because of Puffy, they were asked to remove certain portions of their social media accounts, just to make sure that they have all things considered and cleared off to get this thing fully actuated. We're not saying it is or isn't so. It just seems really odd that everybody went shush and a whole lot of things start to happen where they start to, It just seems like maybe, just maybe, this whole fallout is going to take a whole lot of people with them, yes. But maybe a few of them are going to try to avoid said fallout by ratting. Now, everybody know the saying, right? Snitches get stitches. Sometimes snitches get ice cream too. I mean, they might possibly be getting all kinds of rewards. Hey, look, if you just rat on Puffy, you ain't got to put your name out there. But if you rat, tell us what's going on. We may not persecute you for it because maybe you didn't know. Maybe you were unaware that it was being recorded. So we can pass that off. You never know. Just tell us what happened. Verify for us. Corroborate. And you can go about your business just as long as you understand that you are now an informant. Again, speculation, yes, because this is all we can do at this point. But here's the bigger picture. What will this mean for the world of entertainment as we see it going forward? Many people want to talk about the black thing and the white thing and who's getting more time, and forget that for just a second. I don't care what race or who it is that causes the empire to crumble, as long as it crumbles. We want it to crumble, right? Well, you're watching it crumble in real time. I'm just hoping that we keep focus on one very important thing. If indeed the names that are on this particular list that we are not privy to, known and unknown, are people like lrae, people like tdjakes, and people just like Pink, who are trying desperately to keep their names out of what actually took place in order for the FBI to look elsewhere. Would it be okay if that happened and they all went away? Keep your eyes on what the main prize is. What's the main prize? To limit the impact of these perverted people on our kids. I don't care how they go away, as long as they go away. Because here's the thing. We tend to focus on the elites, and we tend to focus on the social aspects of these secular artists, and sometimes we'll focus on these mega pastors. Very rarely we focus on the smaller artists who are in between. Folks exactly like lrae, folks exactly like Pink. Yes, she was big, no longer. You see what I mean? So these intermediate people that we just seem to just gloss over, they're all part of the scheme. Videos have been dropping left, right, and center of these parties leaking everywhere, and the names that are attached to it. Kanye, right? We thought, he was going through a transition to what? We don't know. Madonna. Okay, you got these names that are just all of a sudden dropping, and all these people going oddly quiet. We appeal to one thing for you. In our effort to see the cabal collapse, let's not lose track on the most important thing. The most important thing is, no matter how it collapses, is that it collapses. I don't care if it's through Diddy, Weinstein, Epstein, Maxwell. I don't care. They're going down. There are going to be some that may escape the major portion of it, but if it means that they can no longer participate or push the crap they've been pushing, I'll take it. A win's a win, right? Isn't that what we say? A win's a win. You can no longer influence. You can no longer peddle that. That's a good thing. It gives us at least a breather in the public eye. But for whatever reason, people just like lrae are trying to do damage control. I got some news for you, buddy. You may be $1 short and a day late.